Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Tuesday, the 14th of May 2024, the year of 1,000,000 transactions per second and more. Experience the best of both worlds today at betbitcoinsv.com, powered by Lilbit. Experience the best crypto sports betting and casino online. Right, here we go. Let's get into it. So I've had loads of people sending me this saying, "Oh, please can you comment on this?" So this has just been going around on social media, and it says the NSA created Bitcoin ? We are led to believe that Satoshi Nakamoto's pseudonym created Bitcoin. However, this is a psyop. The elite would never allow some mystery man to come in, change the worldwide financial order that they built and control. Thus, Bitcoin was planned, and Satoshi is simply a disguise for the elite. They're getting desperate. Evidence points to the NSA creating Bitcoin. In 1996, the NSA released a white paper called How to Make a Mint, the Cryptography of Anonymous Electronic Cash. It detailed blockchain tech and how to make electronic currencies. Furthermore, in 2002, the NSA created SHA-256 algorithm, which is key to Bitcoin's architecture. It's not really. Thus, they created Bitcoin to get the masses on the blockchain, prepare them for the CBDC, a cashless border. Getting desperate if you ask me. So whenever somebody sends me something like this, I always give them the same answer. If a nefarious three-letter agency or entity created Bitcoin, they would not have created it with a chain of digital signatures. It is the chain of digital signatures that holds all the users of the network individually accountable and creates common accountability, which effectively forms the Bitcoin network into a private association. With those who obviously use Bitcoin, taking responsibility for themselves and how they use the network, because ultimately it's traceable. So none of these nefarious agencies who want total control would have designed it with a chain of digital signatures, and it's the chain of digital signatures that actually makes Bitcoin a commodity due to common accountability, rather than it relying on a centralized third party to solve disputes and whatnot. It's absolutely essential. So it's the same thing. This is all just absolute BS. Yeah, I mean, SHA-256, they might have created SHA-256, but it's just a secure hashing algorithm. With their 2 to the power of 256 to 1 chances of cracking it, which is just unbelievably huge. And that SHA-256 is basically what secures the internet. And the internet's never been cracked. But in Bitcoin, they just simply use it to create economic competition. That's it. So that's what you need to know there. And Crypto Tweak's doing an absolutely amazing job here. Coming out with loads of stuff. Oh, check it out. There we go. A little bit. Loving that. So he has said in this one, breaking BTC Maxis are full of SHIT. BTC is a hard fork, an altcoin, a shit coin. As if we didn't know that. So let's go through what's here. So this is dated, it looks like 2016 February, so 4th of February is what it looks like. So let's see what it says here. Abstract, this document specifies a proposed change to the semantics of the sign bit of the version field in Bitcoin block headers as a mechanism to indicate a hard fork is deployed. It alleviates certain risks related to a hard fork by introducing an explicit point of no return in the blockchain. This is a general mechanism which should be employed by any planned hard fork in the future. Hard forks in Bitcoin are usually considered as difficult and risky because hard forks require not only support of the miners, but also, most importantly, supermajority support of the Bitcoin economy as a result. Soft fork deployment mechanisms described in the Bitcoin Improvement Proposal 34 or Bitcoin Improvement Proposal 9 are not enough for introducing hard forks safely. Full node and special payment verification nodes following original consensus rules may not be aware of the deployment of a hard fork. See, it says here nodes following the original consensus rules. The original consensus rules is the protocol. That's what the protocol is. It is the original consensus rules. And it said, be aware of the development of a hard fork. They may stick to an economic minority fork and unknowingly accept devalued legacy tokens. Well, they're the original ones. So they've created a hard fork. They were just like, right, how can we do this? We need to get the miners to come across. Miners chase profit. So what we need to do is steal the ticker symbol and get the exchanges to list our new alternative protocol, this Segwit shitcoin, as BTC, and the miners chase profit. That is it. So the miners just simply followed that. And we all know that Craig couldn't come out and prove that he was Satoshi Nakamoto until he had the Tulip Trust back in his possession in 2020, which is why they did this in 2017. So it says, in the case which the original consensus rules are also valid under the new consensus rules, users following the new chain, which is what Segwit is, may unexpectedly reorg back to the original chain, which they should do, if it grows faster than the new one. People may find their confirmed transactions becoming unconfirmed and lose money. Well, of course, because people were already using the original protocol and nobody would have been using the new Segwit protocol. So that's why they had to tell people not to use it. Not many use it. Store of value, digital gold, restrict the block cap. Oh, let's create Segwit. You can use Segwit better because you can fit more transactions in the block without removing the 1 megabyte block cap, which we put in place in 2010. Honestly, it's just unbelievable. The first issue involves soliciting support for a hard fork proposal, which is what they did, which is more of a political topic than a technical one. Yeah, it's political. It's like, yeah, political. We're just going to label this new alternative protocol as BTC. This proposal aims at alleviating the risks related to the second and third issues. It should be employed by any planned hard fork in the future. Yeah, so they're going to they're going to employ this kind of like political tactic to get people to follow their new protocol, which they just need to list as BTC, which is the original one. It's complete fraud. Absolutely outrageous. And what's this? Howe's response, and Craig executes it by creating the Tulip Trust. What's this? Date. So this is 5th of October 1993. Some parts of what Christian asks about can be done, some can't. You can't have it that each of the three individuals can decrypt messages sent to a key while they all have to cooperate to sign messages. Generally speaking, decryption and signing are identical in the RSA crypto system. Having enough information to do one implies, that's tech A, the ability to do the other. However, you can divide a key so that people must cooperate or sign or decrypt. Normally in the RSA, you can choose a public exponent E and find D the secret exponent, such that E star D equals 1 mod P minus 1, Q minus 1, where P and Q are the primes. Instead, you can choose D1, D3, such as E D1, D2, D3 equals 1. Choose D1 and D2 at random. Choose E and find D3. This makes no sense to me whatsoever. As in regular RSA, given D1, D2 and D3 to each of the three people, now they must apply their exponents to the RSA block in order to sign or decrypt. How finny. Does this sound familiar? So this is also dated 4th of October 1993. I've been thinking of an idea I've heard kicking around the list somewhat of digital pseudonyms and groups of people going by one name. Likewise, single people going by names that sound like groups. Let's say that three decide to create a digital identity for themselves. Maybe they plan to deal with Blacknet as a group. Oh, Blacknet, we all know who created that. So one of the first things they might do after getting together might be create a PGP, which is a pretty good privacy key pair, with the name of the group on it. But who gets to hold the secret key? Remember, they wish to be thought of and treated like a single entity. However, they all need to be able to decrypt documents addressed to them, and none of them should be able to sign a document without consent of the others. It is possible to produce a set of keys, for example, 3 private, 1 public, such that all 3 private keys are needed to sign a message from that ID, and any of the private keys can decrypt anything encrypted with a single public key. The way I see it, 3 or more people could have a joint key ID, and if They wanted to post a message from that ID. The first person would write the message and sign it with his or her segment key. He would then encrypt the second member's public key and anonymously remail it to #2, who would sign with the second segment key, re-encrypt with 3 public key, and send on to third, who would sign with the final key segment anonymously. Post to the pool. If a response were posted, all 3 could read it without depending on the others. Is this possible in whole or in part? I don't know the maths well enough to figure out myself. Sorry if this is an obvious one. Brilliant. Brilliant. What's this breaking? Does this sound familiar? Yep, just gone through that. CSW, aka Satoshi. So this is what CSW wrote. Gavin knows I have the early keys. What does it matter? If I choose to sign for some and not others, it is my choice. I could, but it would require something I value in return, and it's not money. If I sign, the next attack is simple. I stole the keys. Yeah, he said that many times. I stole the keys. No matter what I do, there is no path for what's this? A proof of social media to acceptance for me. Bitcoin is the mirror of what I see, a world of work. We're stewards to wealth. We do not own it, it owns us, and we have to sacrifice daily to make the information flow to retain the right, not the privilege to help maintain the plumbing that is the conduit of life. More, it does not matter. All that does is what is created. Loving that. Yeah, it does not matter. All that does is what is created. Loving that line there. All that matters is what is created. Will I create more if I parade as a monkey before the grinder on the stage and dance? No, to be honest, I would lose the time and ability to create. I would be dancing on the string that fame requires. So again, I reject such a path. Building is the only true path. Creation. I had a lot of help along the way. Without Hal, the code would have crashed time after time. I'm not going to list the people who helped me here, but Bitcoin started because of my ideas. It was my design and it is my creation. And making certain that it cannot be subverted by criminals is and remains my duty. Oh, poetic is what that sounds like to me. Brilliant. What's this? Laughing? A clown? Does any of this look like any CoinGeek article? So it's 16th of October 2016. Hello all, we're getting ready for Bitcoin Core's 0.13.1 release. The first one to include segregated witness for Bitcoin mainnet after being extensively tested on testnet and another software. Following the BIP9 recommendations, want to set the version of bits start time a month in the future and discussion on the last IRC meeting. I propose we set BIP 141 start time to November 15th, 2016. What is all this about? Note that this is just a lower bound on the time when the version bits signaling can begin. Activation on the network requires 1. This date to pass, 2. A full retarget window of 2016 blocks and 95% signaling the version bits. Bit 1 for BIP 141. 3. A fallow period consistent of another 2016 blocks. I think there's maybe a fallow period consisting of another 2016 blocks. That definitely does not sound like a CoinGeek article at all. Talking about segregated witness and all that. By the way, CSW solved this conundrum by creating the trust, and Tulip Trust, where the private keys in is splice into multiple segments. Identity must be established first to prove ownership. Hello, just to be difficult. David stated signing requires a private key. This is to correct through feasibility, but it is not technically correct as there are signature schemes only require semantic keys. I'm not going to read all of that. I might read that later. James A. Donner wrote, and that was on the 15th of May. Oh, so that's the anniversary of tomorrow. 15th of May 2007. James A. Donald writes, the flaw in the protocol that you point out is that Carol can allow Alice to use her public key without having to reveal a public key to Alice, so that Alice can pretend to be Carol. Thus, the flaw is that with rearrangement, Carol may prove to one other person, but no one else, that Bob is saying such and such to Carol, provided she knows in advance that Bob is going to say it. Is there any way to fix this without introducing an additional exponentiation, perhaps by introducing an additional multiplication? It does not seem worthwhile introducing an additional public key operation for such a low value attack. In theory, there is no way to prevent this because Carol can always do whatever she needs to do, decrypt using her secrets, and then prove in zero knowledge to Alice that she did it correctly. As long as Alice sees via physical surveillance that the packets come from Bob, Carol can convince her of what is inside of them. In practice, a full ZK proof is often not needed, as in the examples you give of defeating sign then encrypt in a hybrid encryption scheme. Note that it is easy to prove that SRA or LGAMAL HD encryption is valid even without revealing your long-term secret keys. How finny. So it was James A. Donaldson and Hal Finney that were communicating with Craig when he released it to the cryptography mailing list. Amazing. Let's see what this is. What's he written here? Can BTC just reset and revert back to genuine Bitcoin network? I think not. Yeah, they can't because the chain of signatures is broken. Sorry, but BTC has branched off from the main chain for far too long. BTC is effed. Let's see what it's got here. What date was this? So that is the 4th of February 2016. Oh, that's the one. That's the one we just read. In the case in which the original consensus rules are also valid under the new consensus rules, users following the new chain may unexpectedly reorg back to the original chain. That's what they've done. They've created an alternative protocol chain, a brand new chain, which is why we saw a change in the legacy addresses. A blockchain reorg of 2,000 or more blocks on the main Bitcoin chain is unthinkable. The economic chaos would be massive. Since I don't agree with the motivations for this Bitcoin improvement proposal, I don't think the proposed mechanism, a negative version block number, is necessary, and since it would simply add more consensus level code, I believe the keep it simple principle applies. Yeah, absolutely. They know fully what they have done. What's this? Here we go. Satoshi Nakamoto, date Monday, April 13th, 2009. Mike Hearn wrote, oh, excellent. Another message from Mike Hearn. This will go in the history. My best guess, it is the length of the global chain and the rapid advance at the start is as the software downloads and verifies the preceding blocks in the chain as being valid. Right, I'm trying to think of a more clear wording for that. Maybe %D network blocks or %D blockchain. If we assume that 0.1% is a good risk rate, then Z equals 5. Thus, any transaction must wait a bit less than an hour before being solidified in the chain. As micropayments for things like web content or virtual goods are by definition something that require low overhead, waiting an hour seems like quite a significant hurdle. For the actual risk, multiply 0.1 by the probability that the buyer is an attacker with a huge network of computers. All right. Interesting. Right, I'm not going to read all that, but I'm going to go back to that. So that's April 13th, 2009. A real early one. Loving that. Right, let's move on to the next one then. Brian Doherty has posted out here. Exciting news. Smart Ledger is thrilled to announce our strategic partnership with industry leaders. Jalexanderman, or what's that? Jalexanderm, maybe, which is J. Alexander Martin Consulting, Santi Media Group, and Parker Parkinson Enterprises. Together, we're set to redefine the blockchain landscape, merging cutting-edge technology with user-centric applications for unparalleled innovation and security. With J. Alexander Martin steering our creative vision, we aim to empower and revolutionize market dynamics, enhancing creativity and transparency across industries. Let's shape the future of blockchain together. Oh, and there's a Presswire article here. Hey. Oh, great stuff. Right, I will go through that later. Loving that. John Pitts, Equity Diamonds here, has said, this is referring to Judge Mellor. See what he says. So referring to Craig has a genuine, unique understanding of things. It is his own, many people, blah blah blah. Let's see. So the response was, that's actually how the legal identity process is supposed to work. No other candidate can claim rights. Rights are his, but Judge Mellor has some serious writing to do, and it will be picked apart by the best legal mind. Mellor also has to factor post-trial Ager Hansen drama. Yeah, absolutely he does. I mean, this is getting beyond the joke as to how long this report is taking, considering he said it is obvious. It's obvious that Craig is not Satoshi Nakamoto. It's obviously Craig didn't write the white paper. It's obvious that he didn't start the Bitcoin network. Really? Well, if it's that obvious, let's hear it then. What is taking you time? I mean, what, the court case is what, 2 weeks? You know, it's already been like two and a half months. Like 2.5 months. Like, honestly, I could have written this report by now. I suspect he's stalling because he's having trouble making up the bullshit that he's going to have to write in it, if you ask me. Because literally he was talking absolute nonsense. Well, I know what he was referring to. He was referring to maritime law and Craig's legal fiction not being able to write anything. But he can't explain that because that's the con that they're pulling on everybody. So I think he shot himself in the foot. I'm looking forward to absolutely ripping his report to pieces when I read it. And I think Craig has purposely put him in this position as well. It's just like, come on in, let's have it. You know, you're saying that I'm not Satoshi Nakamoto. What have you based that opinion on? Let's see it. What have you got? You've got nothing because you can't go in any of the witnesses. Like, you know. Let's see what happens. Right, next one then. So this was breaking. It said Coinbase's website and crypto exchange are unavailable. The company said it is investigating the outage that users' funds are safe. So CoinDesk article here on... So it says Coinbase resumes operations after 3-hour outage. Some users may still be experiencing a degraded service, the exchange said. I mean, what? What's all this about? You've either got servers that work or servers that don't. Coinbase is back online after battling a major outage that began at 4:15 a.m. UTC. The exchange said some users may still experience failures when sending crypto or withdrawing fiat. Like, how? Blockchain isn't meant to, well, you can't break, you know. Crypto exchange Coinbase is back online after 3-hour outage that began at 4:15 a.m. Maybe this is all part of Klaus Schwab's, cyber attack, as he said. The exchange returned to use at 7:42 UTC, according to its status page. Website visited had received 503 service temporarily unavailable messages beforehand. The exchange noted the outage on a post on X, saying it was investigating the issue and working on a solution. Your funds are safe. It posted. A spokesperson for Coinbase said that the company didn't have anything to add. Well, that's not very good, is it? Don't really know what's going on. It's outrageous. And here we go. Uniswap says supports wineries with new EU wine labelling rules. Our asset traceability platform makes compliance effortless by enabling digital traceability, automated label generation and supply chain transparency. This enhances consumer trust with detailed product information. Loving that. Loving that. Uniswap doing a great job there. Great job there. And Truth Machine here has said, it's been 2 months since Copa and Judge Mellor must have writer's block because he can't seem to finish writing his judgment that he was well in advance of writing. Since then, we've seen FBI actions against Roger Ver arrested, Ager Hansen sentenced to prison, and $350 fees on BTC. Yeah, honestly, yeah, it's literally getting beyond the joke as to how long he's taken to do this. Shitting himself, if you ask me. That was the article on Coinbase written by Cointelegraph. and check it out. Let's get into a little bit of 365 days of Bitcoin history. Loving this. I found awesome ones here. So, yeah, just to give you a little bit of an insight, I found the Marty Malmy emails, so we'll be going through them. And I've also found, so for example, like we've got Bitcoin Pete's Day coming up on the 22nd of May, and the post that Laszlo Haniek initially put out on the 17th of May. They're all here. This is awesome. I'm loving this. Start off with 12th of May. So just to give you an idea, look, 12th of May, Bitcoin Talk. Oh, so 11th of May. I mean, there wasn't really too much here, but just look at this Bitcoin Talk. 12th of May, 2014. Talking about Bitfury Rev 2. In there, I mean, you know, it's just a little bit of Bitcoin history. Wasn't exactly the best one, but May 13th. Oh, this is also 2014. Same again. 2013, talking about Nano Fury project. Tried 10 different combinations of building, but no luck. Is it possible to just send me the executable? That was that. Also, so that one should be below there. Yeah, so we got one here for May 2009. So Roy Murphy had said here, when people call me a scammer, remind them who mined the first Linux Bitcoin client on May 13th, 2009, 6 months before the official Linux client was released. Who operated more than 30% of the Bitcoin hash rate from 2011 to 2013? Who created AUX POW merger mining algo in 2010? He said, I built and ran the first Linux Bitcoin node, Gentoo Incognito 2008 or 2008.1. On May 13th, 2009, the CGG plus G++ compilation was a pain in the ass. Took me 2 solid days to fudge. The first Linux Bitcoin built wasn't publicly released until November that year. And CSW said, and again, just almost like confirming this, he said, Bitcoin was not created on Linux. It was built on Microsoft XP using Visual Studio. Guess who was a C++ and C hash and .NET developer? GIAC.NET, analyst number 129. Obtained, that's the 2nd of June 2008. And check this out, he's linked here to his GIAC certifications. Craig Wright. So these are like invalid certifications, so ones that haven't been renewed, but ones that he had and was in possession of. So GICA penetrator test certification, information security professional certification, information security fundamentals, web application penetrator tester, security expert, certified project manager, security leadership, certified Windows security administrator, certified intrusion analyst certification, assessing and auditing wireless networks, jeepers, perimeter protection analyst, certified incident handler certification, Unix security administrator, security essentials, law of data security and investigations, reverse engineering malware certification, systems and network auditor certification, and certified forensic analyst. Whoa! And research papers submitted. Look at a huge amount there. Absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. Alright, jeepers. Man is a machine. Man is a machine. Also, just May 2021, TPR Crypto Letter said here today's update. So this was actually dated 13th of May 2021. Terra founder suspended the Terra blockchain to give the network a chance to come up with a recovery plan. The blockchain officially halted at block number that. Binance suspended and resumed spot tearing of Luna and UST. Emirates Airline to accept Bitcoin as payment. FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried purchased 7.6% of trading platform Robinhood. Musk puts a Twitter acquisition temporarily on hold. So I wonder if Sam Bankman-Fried purchased 7.6%. Oh, so his FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried. So all the shit he was printing with the FTX tokens and cashing out into dollar, he's now got 7.6% of the trading platform Robinhood. So he's still got that from scams. So that's what they do. People convert their ill-gotten gains and use them to purchase things of genuine value. So he's got 7.6% of the trading platform Robinhood. It's outrageous. Musk puts a Twitter acquisition temporarily on hold. Not crypto news today, but may affect the markets later. Former crypto queen Ruda Ignatova put on most wanted list. Our editor is also crypto queen. Yes, most wanted for her advices. Blah 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 blah. May 14th, 2010. Another post on the Bitcoin Talk forum here. Found this one. So NLS dropped USD exchange rate. Added the US dollar exchange rate back to my website to make comparing it to the Bitcoin market exchange rate more convenient. Edit, I just improved the formatting, so now also displays the USD Pecunix and Pecunix USD exchange rates. Edit, I changed one of my graphs and my buy and sell rates to match the Bitcoin market. So again, this was New Liberty Standard, which was one of the very first exchanges to list Bitcoin, and this was them discussing Bitcoin on Bitcoin Talk back in 2010. And this was going on. Epic stuff. So just to give you a quick insight here, this was May 16th. Gutted. How would you feel being this guy? It said, I wish I'd kept my 1,700 BTC at 6 cents instead of selling them at 30 cents. Now they're $8. Oh, can you imagine? I mean, what a massive return. Bought at 6 cents, sold at 30 cents, thinking he'd made a killing. And now they're at $8, and now they're at crikey, what, $60,000? Can you imagine? $60,000. So that's like 5 zeros plus these two, so that's 6, 7. So that 6 has moved up 7 zeros since he posted that. Oh dear. And the genuine Bitcoin now, if you look at the top left of the screen, is just $59.76. Ooh, amazing. Check this out. So on the 17th of May, coming up to Bitcoin Pizza Day, Laszlo Hanik posted out on a forum a request to buy pizza, and I found it. I've actually found it. Look at this. Pizza for Bitcoin. So this was 18th of May 2010, but it was 12:35, I think. I don't know what the time zone was, but this was the original post. Look, I'll pay 10,000 Bitcoins for a couple of pizzas, like maybe 2 large ones, so I have some left over for the next day. I like having leftover pizza to nibble on later. You can take the pizza yourself and bring it to my house, or order it for me from a delivery place. But what I'm aiming for is getting food delivered in exchange for Bitcoins, where I don't have to order or prepare it myself. Kind of like ordering a breakfast platter at a hotel or something. They just bring you something to eat, and you're happy. This was it, and this was how the discussion went down. The next day, May 18th, which country do you live in? And he's got his address there, Jacksonville, Florida. This is awesome. And where was it? Check it out. This was the 22nd of May, Bitcoin Pizza Day. I just want to report that I successfully traded 10,000 Bitcoins for pizza. And he's got the link to the picture. Oh, gutted. He hasn't got that, but it's all right. I've got the picture right there. Just wanted to report that I successfully traded 10,000 Bitcoins for pizza. Thanks, Jericho's. Awesome. Gotta love a little bit of Bitcoin history. And I've just been going through the Marty Malmi emails. So they will be coming up in the future. So look, I've actually gone through them right from the beginning to 7th of May. Look, Marty Malmi, email 11. There we go. From Satoshi Nakamoto. So they will now be making an appearance, as it started back on the 2nd of May 2009. So we're now 14th of May. Let's have a look. I'm not sure if there was... Yeah, 18th of November 2009. I think there was one for the 14th of May 2010. February, March, July. There we go. 16th of May, so that's in 2 days. 14th of May. There we go. Check it out. So this is they're on the anniversary of today. So on the 14th of May, 2010, Marty Malmi wrote to Satoshi Nakamoto, subject status update. Let's see if there's one before that. 7th of March, 14th of May. Hi, how are you doing? Haven't seen you around in a while. I've been at full-time work lately and will be until the end of June, so I haven't had that much time to work with Bitcoin or my exchange service. I have a working beta of my service though, and a few weeks ago made my first transaction, sold 10,000 BTC for 20 euros via EU bank transfer. Maybe I can make it public soon. That's pretty massive. So I made that a few weeks ago. I've actually got that recorded in Bitcoin history as well. I divided the forum into 6 boards, which are Bitcoin discussion, development and technical discussion, technical support, economics, marketplace and trading discussion. Hope this is okay. I also added a page trade on the bitcoin.org site where BTC accepting services are listed. It's nice to see that there are already useful services that accept BTC. So what's this? I also added a page trade on the bitcoin.org site. So what's he doing adding stuff on the bitcoin.org site? So this must mean what? He's already got control of it or something like that? It's nice to see that there are already useful services that are accepting BTC. Cool, and this was back in 2010. Jeepers. The community has been growing nicely. We've had around 10 to 20 people and active discussions at Bitcoin Dev lately. It would be nice to get the daemonable binaries to sf.net. We have some skilled programmers in the community now, so maybe we can finish the JSON API functions if you don't have time to. Best regards. There we go. It was Marty Malmi trying to sound polite there to Craig, knowing that he stabbed him in the back later on. Outrageous. There we go. There, oh, loving that. Right then, let's have a look at the figures then just quickly. So yeah, we got CoinDance representing the price at $59 as it is in the top left of the screen. Loving that. So hash rate, let's have a look at difficulty adjustment on BTC. Just coming down a little bit. Hash rate on Bitcoin. So steady away there. Yep, all right. Network nodes for any newbies watching the show for the first time. These are they. This is the backbone to the new global financial system, the world's first ever commoditized digital network where we own and control our own data. Where effectively you literally have your own server, but your server is a globally distributed server. You know, where you own and control your own data. Absolutely amazing. Transactions 11.79. Let's check that on what's on chain. Just 74,000 there. That's all right. Is it work? Coin Carbon Cap. Look at that. Oh yeah, blockchain growth. So it has grown by over 130 megabytes in the last 24 hours in comparison to BTC. So it's still growing faster. Still growing faster. Loving that. Loving that. And block size. Let's have a look at the size of the blocks coming through. Let's see who's been mining what. Relatively small ones there. The biggest one being 8.5. Yeah, alright. Hash rate. Yeah, proof of work by network should all be on Bitcoin. It's 196,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Corecoin. It's 30% more profitable to mine on Corecoin than Bitcoin. Shows you the competition for Bitcoin. Daily average Bitcoin block size by network. Yeah, seen these. Yeah. Let's have a look at the hash rate, because that's what it's all about. Corecoin hash rate, other miners just 0.69. Bcrash, other miners 66.67. Fisher Price Cash, other miners with 40.28. And no point in looking at... Oh, let's bring that up again. Let's have a look at the miners on Bitcoin. 24 hours. 4 on there, still looking pretty good. Loving that. All exchanges reserve, look, they are still cashing out. Going up just a little bit there. Tether weather, market cap. Oh, it's gone down, but look, they're still spiking it. So that went from 110.83 to 110.95. So that's over $100 million. That's $100 million right in that spike. And then they got rid of it. What are they, burning it? So they're pumping the market, is what it looks like. So that's over 7 days. Trying to make it not so obvious. But that's over the month. I'm like, good grief. Good grief. Let's have a look at long positions. Misguided, just going up a little bit. Short ratio of 0.61. Yeah. Let's have a look at DXS. Remember, dirty traders can be unsullied on DXS app. So this is Bitcoin versus BTC, down over the last 5 days. Let's have a look at Bitcoin versus USD. Just trending down a little bit. Have a look at the overall market, $2.27 trillion. Let's have a look at BTC. Look, trade volume just 1.8, literally nothing. Literally nothing. 1.8 of the market cap could literally wipe out a $1.2 trillion market. How crazy is that? That is literally insane. Literally insane. But let's have a look at genuine Bitcoin. Where are we? Right down here at 68. So yeah, $59.67. Volume just 1% asked there. What's all this about? So 4.2 million asks. So 4.2 BSV available for sale. I don't know where they get these figures from, because they just jump overnight. Just doesn't seem right to me at all. But I wouldn't trust these figures as far as I could throw them. None of these shit. We know what these shitcoin exchanges are like. They won't report the true figures. The true figures should actually be reported on the blockchain, so they can't manipulate them. Is what it should be doing. Let's have a look at Teranode. So it looks like it's just restarted. Yeah, so they're literally just restarting it. Alright. Connected nodes. And let's have a look at updates. Oh, we've got a new one. So this was this was just yesterday, 13th of May. Let's see what this says. Successful test and next steps. Teranode 2-week test complete successfully. What are the next steps? We have completed our first 2-week test of Teranode, running sustained at over 1 million transactions per second. Although we experienced some issues during the test, both with our infrastructure and in the software, in every instance we were able to recover and keep the chain going. This is a great achievement by the Teranode team and proves the scalability of the BSV blockchain and Bitcoin protocol. During the 2 weeks the test was running, we gathered over 800 terabytes of data, block data, subtree data, metrics and logs. Analysis of the data will be a big task. What will happen over the coming months in parallel to completing the development of Teranode itself. But it doesn't end there. Instead of running the test for a very long time, of which we are now confident we can do, we want to make it a bit harder and run the same test again for 2 weeks, but this time with 6 nodes. This will give us a good idea about the scalability of the network as a whole, next to the data we've already gathered about scalability of the node. The data on this site will be reset for this new test, but you should see our new nodes M4, M5 and M6 pop up in the overviews and statistics. For a complete overview of all the tests, please see the Teranode metrics board at... Let's have a look at this. Here we go. The Teranode metrics board. Loving that. Right, that's going to be I'll do that now while I'm here. Gonna add that to my list of sites, regular sites visited. This is how you do it. URL. Loving that. Loving that. There we are. Beautiful. Teranode overview. Right. And last of all, here we go. Check it out. Let's check out a little bit. Here we go. The Onchain Casino and Sportsbook. Experience the best worlds. Get the best of both worlds at our platform that offers top-notch sports betting and thrilling casino games. So let's go to Sportsbook. So I was looking at this. They've actually got loads of matches on here. Loads of matches. Look, so they've got 12 English Premiership matches. They've got 9 Germany Bundesliga. They've got 11 France League 1. So they've got 10 matches on the Italy Serie A. 18 matches on the Spain La Liga. 2 matches in the English Championship. 27 matches USA Major League Soccer. 9 matches on Portugal Premier Liga. 10 matches of the Japanese J1 League. This is huge. 3 matches Italy B Series. 11 matches of the Scottish Premiership. 5 matches Ireland Premiership. 6 matches Brazil Series A. Good grief. Turkey Superliga. Conbellino. I'm probably murdering that name. 15 matches there. Good grief. There's loads. There is loads to bet on. Oh my goodness. That is awesome. I'm gonna have to get into all of these. This looks great. So we've got live match or live events here. So live we've got Major League Baseball, Philadelphia Phillies versus New York Mets. English Premier League, Tottenham versus Man City. Rangers versus Dundee. The Spanish La Liga. Oh, this is great. This is great. Loving that. Loving that. Yeah. See what's happening on the leaderboard. New week has begun. Waiting for game results. Check back later to see where you are, to see where you rank. Love it. Love it. So BTC Maxis in 3rd place there. Current week. All right. Beautiful. Love that. That looks absolutely fantastic. Right, we'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. And as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.